All right. All right. Well, I don't want to delay this anymore. So let's get this thing started.
We are live.
All right. All right. All right. All right. And in 3, 2, and 1. Good morning. You're listening to the Morning Experience. I am Marquise Lupton. That is Dr. Kamika Campbell, and that is Latoya Store. Who is that? Well, we will get to that in just a minute, folks. Happy Monday to you, and Habari Ghani. Happy Kwanzaa to you as well. Thank you for joining us on the Morning Experience on this holiday morning experience, folks. We have a jam-packed show for you. Can't wait to get into it. But first, as promised, who is this new name that I just named? Well, let's not delay anymore. Madam Latoy, tell folks who you are, where you been, and what you did.
All right. Well, my name is Latoy or Toy. I go by Toy. I am a Philadelphia content creator, blogger, freelance writer. I do a lot of things as well as a podcaster of Conversations with Toy. I have been, I guess, quote unquote, in the game for over 10 years. And I'm excited to be here. This is not my first time, obviously, recording, as you can tell by my voice, but I am glad to be here. And I can't wait for you to listen in and find out more about me.
Yeah, so where can folks follow you? Where can they consume your content at?
Sure. First on the blog, which is www at dot toytime toitime.org, as well as on all social media platforms at Toy Time Blog.
Oh, dig it. Welcome. And folks, our favorite doctor, Dr. Kabika Campbell, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay. Just getting over being deathly ill, but here I am.
Oh yeah. We actually are going to be talking about that. We are going to be talking about that super flu. So, folks, stay tuned. That is one of the stories that we are going to talk about this week. But up first is our microwave news, giving you these headlines hot and ready. And our first story comes from futurism.com. And as of last week, ChatGPT maker OpenAI is facing a total of 8 distinct lawsuits alleging that extensive use of its flagship chatbot inflicted emotional and psychological harm to users, resulting in mental breakdowns, financial instability, alienations from loved ones, and in 5 cases, death by suicide. Now, the crazy thing is that these deaths have outpaced that Panera lemonade charge, and they took it off the market. Toy, should they do the same thing, or what's your thoughts here?
AI or ChatGPT is a great tool, but I feel like the responsibility comes on us as human beings to recognize that, again, we should be using, if we're using the tool, it should be used for something that is good, like not trying to commit suicide, which again, my heart goes out to those families involved, but I find this to be a little bit more of an onus on our part. We really have got to try to use the social media as what they're supposed to be used for, because now we're using things as getting out of hand. And I think that we're going to try to find ways to blame things for things that might have been inside of us to do in the first place.
Yeah. Dr. K, they're trying to turn Chat GPT into Dr. Chat GPT.
You see what I'm saying? And I find ChatGPT to be so stupid. So I cannot really fathom yet what is happening here because it can barely write me things in the way that I want them written, but it's somehow leading people off cliffs. I find it's either the humans are, I don't know, like maybe the humans don't understand the limitations, but I find ChatGPT to be too stupid to even help with something like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Our second story comes from people.com. And before selling his company earlier this year, a Fiberbond CEO, Graham Walker, made sure that 15% of the sales proceeds will go to his 540 full-time employees. Each worker will receive $443,000 on average over the next 5 years if they stay with the company during that period of time. Toy, I couldn't help but think that, more CEOs. This is what CEOing really is.
Mm-hmm. This was beautiful. First of all, I saw stories online where people were getting McDonald's drink coupons for bonuses. So to see that a CEO gets it and understands to put the money back into the people who helped build that company, All I can say is bravo, like completely bravo to that CEO.
Yeah, I remember one time I got a pizza cutter for a holiday bonus. I'm not going to say who the employer was, Christmas addicts. Dr. K, how about yourself?
I mean, it remains to be seen. I don't believe in CEOs at all. So we shall see if this is something that holds over time. But I'm at least glad this is a good first step. And if they make more money and they make a lot of money, they're each of their employees and or I like to call them employees shareholders because they're sharing their lives, they're sharing their livelihoods, they're sharing everything with these companies to build them up. I hope they are recompensed in kind if there is any growth.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And our final story comes from the New York Post.com. And according to preliminary hospital data collected by New York City's syndromic surveillance system, more people visited the ER for flu symptoms the week of December 20th than they did during any other week in the last 10 years. And even more troubling is that they're calling this the super flu. Folks, I am concerned about this because one of our personalities was affected by this. Dr. K, tell us about this super flu.
I haven't been sick like this since COVID in 2021 January, and before that I haven't had a flu like this probably since I was a teenager. The symptoms are on absolute crack. I haven't had a cough and a fever and chills and prickly skin and shortness of breath all at the same time. I had 102.8 fever on Christmas Eve. It was insane, and I have not seen anything like this in a long time.
And the crazy thing is, here is Toy. Doctors are saying that they haven't even hit peak season yet.
100% can agree. I was in the ER with my family member a couple days ago, and the amount of children and the amount of adults that I've seen that were taken down by the flu so far. And if we have not peaked, I can only say is that everybody better find a way to continue to try to take care of themselves as much as possible because it's going to get far worse before it gets better. I can already tell.
Yeah, folks, as we always like to say, we have a jam-packed program for you today. Don't forget that the Morning Experience is also on Spotify and iHeartRadio, just in case you miss any of the stories or want to hear any of these stories. Coming up, we have our main story, and it's some connective tissue here about what our grandmothers knew. This is the Morning Experience. All right. That was our first segment. Let's move on to the second one. This is 5 minutes. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience, and thank you for joining us. So our main story today, it kind of goes with our last story with microwave news. So all the cold and flu tips that grandma knew actually worked. And this is something that is crazy here because like you have to pay homage to those that came before us. You know, that's one of the things that Kwanzaa is all about. So that's something that we wanted to talk about, you know, like from the ginger to the honey, to the onions, to the Epsom salt, to the Vips vapor rub and herbs such as okra and sage. Before we dive into it, Toy, is there some strange or outlandish thing or natural thing that your grandmother did when you got sick?
I think everyone's grandma, especially if you look like us, I feel like ginger ale and saltine crackers was it. Like that was it. To this day, I will go and lead with that first before I do anything else, just because those little hometown remedies that we kind of shy away from because we got more education, we got more knowledge, are the old school ways that continue to work. I will go there first before I go to anything else because, again, they do work.
And the crazy thing is here, Toy. Whitney put some onions on Winifred's under her socks. She did it one time, and I was like, "This is absolutely crazy. This is absolutely crazy." But you know what? She was sick for a while. It is absolutely crazy, and it worked. And like I was just like, you know, I am flabbergasted here. But you know, I don't know why we never did it again. But like reading this, I'm like, it just feels like it's time. Dr. K, did you try any of these old school remedies to help you through fighting this super flu?
Well, I was lucky enough to drive right into my mother's house as my flu was taking a turn. So I believe I contracted it between Friday and Saturday. Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning, we had a full morning. Almost everyone that was there in that room reported getting sick the next day. But at 3 o'clock that evening, me and Basir drove to Florida, 14 hours, and I got a fever in the car at about probably that fever set in around 10 p.m. And I had just driven about 5 hours. Basir drove the rest of the way, and I walked to my mother's house at 7 a.m. And she had oregano oil ready. She had garlic elixir tea ready, and some other homeopathic things. Of course, I didn't take a lot. We didn't take NyQuil until like the third or fourth day to deal with like the congestion and the congestion and the cough and the fever. This is really important. Fever control is super important. So whatever you can do to do that, it's an Advil for that. But I believe, and listen, my mom is 70 years old. She's one of the healthiest people, and she did not get the flu the entire time. Me and my sister were super sick in this house. I believe those things work for us and help shorten the life of the cold. The antiseptic and antimicrobial properties of things like oregano oil. We took a ton of oregano oil while we were there, and some other things she, makes really good. She also just makes really good food, healthy food. So I believe all of those things help shorten the life of that flu because I was down for about 6 days, 6.5 days. The people I know were down 10, 11, 14 days with this flu. So I'm a big believer in the homeopathic remedies.
Oh, folks, we are going to talk more about these old school remedies because I will also say this: there is a friend, a dear friend sister of mine. Shout out to Charlene. Like our daughter again, Winifred was down, and she gave her this golden milk, which was like a turmeric and like almond milk and like something else, and she boiled it, and I swear, like the baby just jumped right back up and like started doing a dance. And that was that. But folks, stay with us. We got so much more. This is the Morning Experience. All right. That was the first five. Let's get right back to it. Second five, and in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience, folks. I want to thank you for joining us on this Monday. We have Dr. K with us. We have Toy with us as well. And we are talking about these old school remedies that your mama or your grandmother used to give you when you were feeling quite under the weather. 'Tis the season to get sick. So, folks, we want to make sure that you stay healthy this holiday season. So, one thing here that really stood out in this article is the chicken noodle soup. And why does chicken noodle soup work so well? It is a classic. Is it the chicken? Is it the broth? What is it? What is your go-to, Toy, when folks get sick in your house?
Elderberry is our go-to, but chicken noodle soup has been it is a staple because it has everything combined in one dish. You got protein, you got a good dose of vegetables, you got everything like grandma and mama says you need. And I feel like although it's comforting to eat as well when you can't keep certain things down, I also feel like again it's giving us the basics, the bare bone basics that we need. And like grandma and them used to say, it'll fix what ail you. So I feel like that is the go-to.
Yeah. And do you add like the ginger ale and the saltine crackers to
Mm-hmm.
that as well? So then
Absolutely.
why is that a combination? Do you add a sandwich to it?
No, 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 not a sandwich. Because by the time you get to the sandwich, I feel like you're a little bit better. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think the soup, the saltine crackers, the ginger ale, it just literally is a combo. And I don't know what it does. I can't tell you, but I just know that grandma and them was not lying. That's all I know.
Right,
They weren't
right.
lying.
it's like they knew something that we don't know, but we just gonna pass it down. Like, I don't know why it works. It just works. Dr. K, you said that these remedies cut your cut your cut your thing in half, cut your sickness in half. Oh, do we have her? Dr. K? Can you hear us? All right. Well, I will continue. And in three, two, one. Some other things that work here, Toy, is black seed oil. There is somebody at all around A1. She says that I haven't had a cold in years. Black seed oil and oil of oregano will protect you like no other. If you are traveling or feel a cold coming, take zinc and elderberry to strengthen your immune system. So, are there some supplements that you take, that your family takes to stay well, especially during this time? Because this is like the height of, well, apparently not.
It's not
This is
even
the
height yet. Remember, it's
right,
coming.
right. It's just the beginning of cold and flu season.
Well, like I said, elderberry is the go-to, and I feel like if you think about it, think about like emergency and all that stuff that we take when we're taking a flight. There's a notion for it. So we'll do all those things when we're going to travel. We do all those things, but we're not doing it on a regular basis. And then the question is, why not? Like, why are we not boosting our immune system so that we know we're about to listen? We're about to go deeper into the flu season. So if you haven't, this is the time to start boosting your immune system so that you can fight being sick. This is the time to do it.
Yeah, yeah, this is time to do it. Dr. K, where do you land on getting the flu shot? Yes or no? Oh, can you hear us, Dr. K? All right. Well, I'm gonna keep on going, and in three, two, one. This other thing that I was talking about the last break with Winifred, this golden milk. It is a trendy drink called golden milk. It is a turmeric latte or golden latte made of turmeric and vegan organic almond milk. This golden combo is a long time Black family favorite for cold season. Now, I'll tell you this. I've been Black for a long time, but when she introduced this to me, I was like very much so in my 30s, and I was like, this is new to me. Is this golden milk new to you, or have you known about this?
It is new to me as a combo, but almond milk, which is the reason why a lot of Black people have turned towards almond milk because of the cow's milk and all the things, those things like they build up all that mucus in our system. And if you're trying to cut mucus out of your system, if you're sick, almond milk would be the perfect thing to do. And turmeric has so many good qualities that it makes sense that the two together would just make sense.
Folks, I hope that you are picking up what we're putting down right now, because we are going to get you through this flu season. This is the Morning Experience. Stay with us. We have so much more. All right, going to keep it going. This is our first 3-minute segment. And in.
Sorry. All right, go ahead.
Oh, no problem. All right. And in 3, 2, and 1. All right. So one thing that was prevalent in my home was the Vicks Vapor Rub. Like that was always like an add-on. Like you always had to season your body with some Vicks. Was that the same for you, Toy?
Yes. So we had to put it on our feet with some thick socks. You had to rub it on your chest. And I will say, if you're not aware, you know how you have to just scoop the gulp and put all everywhere? They have a Vapo stick. So it's basically the same thing so that you can rub without your hands getting dirty. I could care less if your hands get dirty or not. All I know is put them on with some thick socks and go to bed. That's what I know.
Did you all have a humidifier as well? Or was that just my family that had that like...
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
have humidifiers to this day with my own family. We have one for
Oh,
each room. Yes, one for each room. And I'm gonna tell you why, because my kids, both my older kids, were born with asthma, and we found that it just cut a lot of the asthmatic symptoms, just kind of cut it down. Like they didn't stop them from having it, but it would help so that we would use it before cold season came into play. And then when they would get sick, we had a couple drops of that vapor rub in there just to help open them
Mhm.
up a little bit more. But yeah, humidifiers are definite in my house.
Oh, Toy, you are just solidifying just everything that my grandmother like was doing. And I thought that she was crazy. I was like, you don't need to do this,
Hmm.
all we need is medicine. But she made sure, and then my mom doubled down. I always thought that it was like a hypochondriac kind of thing, because like my mom, like you cough around her, just one little she's like, up, hold on,
First of
got the
all,
breast
you're
incense,
not allowed to,
got
black folks are not allowed to cough around other people. The second you cough, the whole room is gonna stop. We're gonna want to be like, you know what I mean? Like, what you got? Like, what you got? Because that's the first, that's the first question. And then you'll hear everybody say, it's just a little tickle in my throat. They don't care if it's a
right.
tickle in your throat or outblown, whatever. At the end of the day, the second you cough, you getting on one of them remedies. It's just, it is what it is.
Oh man. And in a room full of us, if I have to cough, I will be red in the face
I will go
and
to a
hold
whole
that in.
bathroom and hold it in, like drinking water. Like I will do whatever I can to stop it because as soon as you do, it's automatic judgment. It's automatic judgment.
It's it's a wrap, especially in a post-COVID world. Folks, again, we got so much coming up. We have things that make you say, where
Hmm.
we talk about these hypotheticals and bring them into reality. This is the morning experience. All right. Second three, just keep it moving. And in three, two, one. Welcome back to the morning experience. And if you have not noticed now, folks, you should have your pen and pad out, or I don't know, whatever kind of apparatus that you write on, because we are just giving you the game on how to get through this cold season. Now, I held off on the good stuff until this one right here, because this one, it's a boozy one. It's one that you can have when you're sick and
And when you're
when
not,
not sick. And this right here is the hot toddy. It's a boozy, warm apple cider with rum and lemon. The hot toddy has been a staple for generations. While doctors wouldn't recommend alcohol for colds, Southern black folks have been mixing up fresh lemon, honey, ginger, and cloves with a splash of whiskey or bourbon in a hot tea to break up mucus and ride out our sniffles. Toy, where do you land on a hot toddy?
I'm here for a hot toddy.
Yeah.
Hot toddy is my go-to. First of all, I'm gonna drink a hot toddy just because it's cold outside and I want to
Yes.
warm up. If I'm drinking a little something before I go to bed, like I'm here for a hot toddy when I'm not sick. But when I am sick, I'm just gonna add a couple extra, sprinkles or a little bit, a little bit more of liquor in there because, again, grandma and them said it worked.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, because grandma, I'm not gonna tell grandma that she's a lie, and I'm gonna drink it. It's good, right? It's good.
Oh man, it's just funny to really think, like, how far we came with science and technology and everything, and then there's these still old time favorites that really stick and hold true. Because I'll tell you this, America, when it comes to chicken soup was my go-to after every long night of drinking, and 10 out of 10 times chicken soup brought me back to life. I swear by it, and if it can bring me back to life, then it can bring me back to life when I'm sick, and that's what it definitely does. And ginger ale, ginger ale, you can't tell me that ginger ale isn't a medicine. It needs a prescription, because after some ginger ale, I feel better.
First of all, everybody knows the first question they're gonna have: did you get that baby some ginger ale? Did you get some ginger ale? Like, you're not getting around that. You're gonna get some ginger ale and some prayer. Like it go together. It just goes together. So I feel like that's just like the go-to. I even had to question my kids. I was like, what's the first thing you get when you're sick? And automatically they said ginger ale. And I knew I was teaching them something. I knew I was
Right.
raising them right.
Raise them up. Raise them up. Oh man. When we have the full squad here, I need to have a real conversation about. All right, well, we all know ginger ale, but now we need to get into the nitty gritty of what kind of ginger ale.
Oh my God.
So there's going to be judgments all over with.
Everywhere, everywhere.
But folks, up next we are going to be talking about what needs to be talked about is the reason for the season, and that is Kwanzaa and what today is. So stay with us. This is the Morning Experience. All right, now we go to our first four for the second hour. And today is Ujamaa. All right, so I'll read a little bit about Ujamaa, what it means. All right, no, this isn't it.
Yeah, I'm pulling it now.
All right, here we go. All right. All right, here we go. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience, and happy Monday to you. Thank you for joining us this Monday. Folks, we are getting you through this holiday season with some education and entertainment sprinkled in. I am Marquise Lupton, and that is Toy. Toy, how you doing this morning? Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday. It's a good day to have a good day.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it is. And today is Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics, to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. To interlocking half circles. This is what Ujamaa is and what it is being represented today for Kwanzaa. So the fourth principle of Kwanzaa is Ujamaa, and is essentially a commitment to the practice of shared social wealth and the work necessary to achieve it. Ujamaa literally means familyhood, folks, and suggests a sharing of work and wealth in a manner of family. It grows out of the fundamental communal concept that social wealth belongs to the masses of people who created it, and that no one should have such an unequal amount of wealth that it gives him or her the capacity to impose unequal, exploitative, or oppressive relations on others. I mean, this is just a day that really needs to be celebrated, especially during this time and day and age, Toy.
Absolutely. I mean, Jay-Z said it best. He said, "What do I look like being rich if the people around me don't even have the same resources that I have?" So 1000%, I agree.
And it's really funny that well, not funny, but ironic here that these principles, they stand so much more today. At least I feel, because it feels like, especially with our culture, being in this American experience, we're moving more towards a individualistic kind of thing, not a communal kind of thing, where it says here, sharing wealth is another form of commentary exchange, sharing and cooperating in general, but it is essential because without the principle and practice of shared wealth, the social conditions for exploitation and oppression and inequality, they can increase. And what we're seeing more and more here is like a era of me, no?
We are definitely seeing a lot of me, and I do understand where it's coming from, where people are learning to be self-sufficient and not rely on people because maybe you don't have the resources, or the people in your circle, your village is not as strong. But as much as I think that we can have parts of that, there is still a part of us that needs to come together to build Black businesses, to make sure that we're putting wealth in our own community. And I just think there's 1,001 ways that we can do it.
Yeah, there is 1,001 ways, and folks, we are going to be talking so much about Kwanzaa coming up this week. So stay with us, because yeah. I want to hear more what the team has to say about this. This is the Morning Experience. Things that make you say, Coming up next. Stay with us.
I'm back, you guys. We got stuck in a slowdown on the highway. We're on 95 North.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I figured that. I figured something was going on.
All
It is
right.
it is brutal. We were moving along nice, and then all of a sudden,
Ugh.
All right. This is our first 5. Y'all ready for some things to make you say, Here we go. And in 3, 2, 1. All right, so for things to make you say, where we bring these hypothetical questions into reality. After we give you the news, we like to lighten things up a little bit and give you a laugh. So, Toy, since this is your introductory show, our first question is going to go to you. So, if they gave out reparations, what should each black person get? Should it be A, $100,000? Should it be B, free college? Should it be C, nothing? Or D, have your debts paid?
Well, this is a hard one because I want to be D, like get all of your debts paid because I feel like that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
$100,000 is great just because it gives you like a little starter. But I feel like $100,000 probably would not be necessarily enough just for all the things that we as Black people have built this whole country on. I'm going to have to go with D just with the examples that we're giving because a lot of us, our biggest issue could be debt, and having our debt kind of be taken away from us can give us a better start to build credit, build families and homes. It just might be the better start because again, $100,000. If I agreed to that, I feel like that would be too low.
Dr. K, where do you land on this? If they gave out reparations, what should each black person get? Should it be A, $100,000, B, free college, C, nothing, or D, have your debts paid? Yeah. All right. Well, I will answer it myself. And in 3, 2, 1. All right. So if I had to answer this, if they gave out reparations, what should each black person get? And I'm looking at it: A, $100,000, B, free college, C, nothing, D, have your debts paid. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be C. B, I feel like free college would work for certain folks, not for everybody. So
Right.
like there's this, A, $100,000, D, have your debts paid. When I think about myself, I'm like, all right, $100,000. I look, Joy, they can buy me off with that. I'm look, that's my 40 acres and a mule.
It would do, listen, it would do us well. Like it's not like we can't use $100,000, but God forbid you're in debt that's more than $100,000. That you can easily be in that with your school loans.
That is true. Oh, that is true. That's a bar. That is true. That is true. That is the point. Well, then I'm going to have to go with D then. Have your debts paid. So, Toy, which? Oh, nope, that is not the one. Which is the best actor or movie featuring the actor Leon? This is a good one here. Which is the best show or movie featuring the actor Leon? Is it A, 5 Heartbeats, B, Waiting to Exhale, C, Above the Rim, or D, The Temptations? Which is the best show or featuring or movie featuring the actor Leon?
What was A one more time?
A was 5 Heartbeats.
Mm.
It's a tough one. Yeah, it's a tough
I
one.
feel like we all know Leon from A. I mean, not that we don't know him from all of them, but I feel like A and D. A and D is like the ones that we know. It's like ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. So
Right.
I'm gonna have to go with The Temptations just because I feel like that's the one where people kind of gravitate towards. The Temptations. I'm gonna go with The Temptations. I don't know. I'm gonna go with them.
I am gonna have to say A because I think that he played the same character in A. He played the same character in B. Played the same character in C and D. I think
like
that on the character. Yeah.
He's typecasted.
Yes. Yes. And he And whether that's, the real him or not, whether he doesn't have range or I don't know, he played them roles very well.
Too
But
good.
I have to say, hey, right,
It was too
right
good. I don't understand. I don't know.
to the point that people thought that, like, people thought that his pictures of David Ruffin, like, that was the real David Ruffin. To
And
that
it really
point, that
wasn't. It's a shame.
and it wasn't, and it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't, and his character from Under Five Heartbeats was not a real singer as well. It's based off
Right.
of Rumor the Dells, but like not a real one. Folks, we got more things to make you say coming up after this. This is the Morning Experience.
That was a good one.
Yeah. All right, this is our second hour, and in 3, 2, 1. All right, so for things to make you sing, we're gonna keep this conversation going, and here's one for you, Toy. What's something that your grandparents cooked that always left a smell? This is a funny one here. Was it A, fried fish, B, chitlins, C, pig's feet, D, deviled eggs?
This is this is hard. I'm gonna say probably more pig's feet than chitlins because my grandparents. I don't remember my grandparents making too much chitlin. My great grandparents did, but my grandparents did not. So I'm gonna go with pig's feet that left the smell. But I feel like chitlins isn't gonna be everybody's go-to because chitlins is the one thing everybody knows. Well, if they say if you don't clean it right, then it's gonna have a smell. So yeah.
You know what? Traditionally, I would say B, chitlins. But I don't know what my aunties did this past Christmas party. Like, they said that they made chitlins and everything, and you couldn't smell anything. So I don't know if I got there late, but they did they did something, and like I don't know if this was before those days. I would have said chitlins. So now I got to go with a classic, because this always happened, and I don't know why this always happened. I felt like my mom was always like quietly, passively attacking me here. But like every time I went out to the club as a kid, like she just had to fry fish. Like just it's just like every time, to the point that like I have a phobia that like if
My clothes are smelling like something, right?
if anybody fries anything in the house, open up a window because I don't want my clothes.
Listen, I air fried chicken 2 days ago. Air fried it, no grease, no nothing. And I swore to myself that I could smell the chicken in my clothes. And I don't even make that much quote unquote fried chicken in my home. So I don't know where, but I 100% agree. Like the fish smell is so serious. It's serious.
Yeah. And then like growing up, like, you had those kids that, the fried chicken kids, the kids that like always smell like fried chicken. And like I had a phobia as well. Like I didn't want to be a fried chicken kid.
Yeah, I still to this day don't want my kids to be a fried chicken kid. I mean, it's when I tell you it's a rarity that I'm in this house frying anything, it's a complete rarity because of that. Like it smells good if you're going to stay in the house, but it's always you got to run out for something. You got to run out and grab something. Somebody calls you, be like, "Hey, let's go get together," and you're like, "Now I can't go because my whole house smells like whatever I'm making." And I get you 100%.
Oh man, I'll tell you this. Folks are listening and was like, I know they're not talking about fried chicken wind. Yes, we are. We are talking. We are talking,
and we are. In case you were wondering, and we are.
Right. Yes. Sit back and enjoy. What might someone say when they're about to lie? And this one should wrap this up before our next segment here. So what might someone say when they're about to lie? A, what I gotta lie for? B, believe what you want. C, on my mama. Or D, what had happened was.
It's gonna be a close call between on my mama and what had happened was. Listen, I love my husband, but I started telling my kids put that on your daddy because they gotta stop using my name. Stop putting it on me. Don't put it on your mama. when they're about to say something real ridiculous. But yeah, what had happened was is you about to tell a show enough, straight up, show enough lie. Like you about to lie and you know it, and you know we know you're about to lie, but you're about to go into it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I would have to say on my mama. Like I heard some of the biggest, largest cap, you
Oh
know.
my! Somebody's mama right now is ready to get a switch to ass at this point. For you to talk about on my mama, stop saying on your mama, put it on your daddy. I love all the husbands and the fathers, and they're good, but put it on your daddy. Stop putting it on your mama. Speaking from as a mom, stop putting it on me. Put it on your
Oh, put that on a shirt for 2026. Put it on your daddy.
put it on your daddy, because I'm tired of hearing on my mama. Because you be lying big time and using my name to spread a lie, and I don't got time for it. Mm-mm.
Oh man, folks, this is the morning experience. More after this. All right, this is our second three. Let's keep things that make you say going.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Let's keep on with the mama stuff. All right. This is the first three, and in 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to keep it going with the morning. I mean, obviously, this is the morning experience. Excuse me, folks. We're going to keep it going with things that make you say So, what's the ultimate sign of disrespect? And this is according to Mama. We're going to keep the Mama energy going here. So, what's the ultimate sign of disrespect? Is it A, rolling your eyes, B, back talking, C, slamming doors, or D, calling her by her first name? What is
Mm.
the ultimate sign of disrespect?
Okay, so it can't be the door thing because my mama would take the door off the hinge. So if you want to know how I was raised, my mama would take that door off that hinge and you ain't got no privacy. But if you called my mama by her first name, first of all, my mother was in the church as a minister, as a preacher, pastor, whatever you want to call her. So I would get away with it by just saying Sister Rhonda. But if I ever called my mother by her first name, even to this day, I didn't even know my mom's real name until I got older as a kid.
Right.
I was like, who y'all talking about? Like I had to find out the hard way who my mama's name was because calling my mom anything else but mom would get you got straight
Yeah.
to the gate.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Same here. Calling her by her first name. I wouldn't do that now.
Even grown. And I
Right.
still would never call my mother out of her first name. Like I said,
No.
it is mom to this day. It is going to be mom until the Lord takes her, but it's mom. It's straight mom.
Right.
It ain't going to be nothing else.
Right. Absolutely. But also it's like these other ones,
Oh, you'll get got.
oh man, rolling your eyes. Like if I ever wanted to see next week, if I ever was ambitious to see next week, let me roll my eyes so my mom could knock me in there.
But listen, as an adult, we be like, listen, we want to get to them checks. Can she slap me till next week so I get to that check clip right now? We would prefer for her to do it now so we can get to that check next week. But as a kid, yeah, no. Rolling your eyes, it'll be in the back of your head, talking back, whatever. See, there's levels of talking back. Because if you even just repeat after your mom is talking, that's considered a talk back. To where like our kids have it a little good. They can explain things, they can talk a little bit. But back in our day, just even referring back, just be quiet. Don't say nothing. Just let it, just eat it and just keep it moving. Because even just repeating or talking right after they talk is considered talking back.
I had a friend named Chad, and my mom would always say, I ain't Chad's mom because Chad could talk back a little bit, and like my mom would let me know, I ain't Chad's mom. That was her thing. She might even said that last week. Never mind that, America.
Might have. Listen, sorry, Chad. Sorry to hear that. But like with my kids, their school's not as diverse as I would like. So I let them know, don't come in here talking like you one of your little friends, kids, or one of your friends' mom, because I don't roll like that. Like, who you talking to? Because you gotta let them know, like, pull it back a little bit. Pull it back.
Right, indeed. Folks, we got one more after this. This is the morning experience. All right, this is the final three. All right, let's do this. And in final three, and in 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to wrap up things that make you say with this one question here. Which celebrity needs to quit with the plastic surgery? Is it A, Little Kim, B, Vivica Fox, C, Kim Kardashian, or D, Black China? Which celebrity needs to quit with the plastic surgery?
Hmm. Off the rip, I'm gonna unfortunately have to say Little Kim because out of the four that you gave, hers is so prominently different than what she
Yeah,
was. Kim Kardashian just has
yeah,
a great surgeon. Whoever's doing her, I'm no lie. Like she looks. You could talk about all her things, but she don't look as bad or like it's not too detoured from where she was. But Little Kim,
yeah.
I wish Little Kim would know, like back in the day, like how beautiful of a brown skinned girl she was because she's literally gone from like 0 to 100 as if she's a part of Drake's team real quick. And I just want her to, I hope that this is where she's going to just be at, but that would be my one go to.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Lil Kim, that is just heartbreaking because I mean she was perfect. She did not have to change or alter anything. That music industry, it is a peculiar industry. And it can eat people up and it can spit them out. And you look at her who was such a beautiful lady. And just to see what they did. The other folks, I even feel that way with Vivica Fox as well. I feel like Vivica Fox felt the pressures of Hollywood, and really gave into that because I feel like she didn't have to do that.
I feel like Vivica Fox is still at that place where you can tell that it's Vivica Fox, but you can look at her and see like, okay, she's aging, but she ain't really trying to let it go. So I feel like you can
Yeah,
kind of be like, we're gonna give you a pass, but don't do too much. Like, don't go nowhere else. Don't do nothing else. That's why I say with Vivica Fox is kind of a pass because you could tell she's aging because we all are going to age. People, listen, I got gray hairs. It's
yeah,
all going to happen. But I feel like we're
right,
not seeing like how our grandmothers and our aunties. My great grandmother passed when she was 95, and she was a beautiful woman. Like, and she didn't have none of that stuff. She didn't have no access. She ain't wasn't worrying about all that stuff, and she looked beautiful. So I don't know why we don't embrace the beauty. I get that in the industry, it's a whole nother a whole nother level of things, but I feel like we should just start embracing our natural beauty, really.
absolutely. And let our celebrities age gracefully. Like you see people making fun of how they look and how they dance and everything. Like let them age gracefully, man. So this is the morning experience, folks. Yeah.
Poor little
All
Kim.
right. Right. All right. Final 30 is the outro. And then after that, we do Tuesday show. And then 3, 2, 1. I'm going to thank you for joining us on the morning experience. Toy, thank you for joining us this Monday morning. I hope that you'll be coming back. Hope we didn't scare you.
I am not scared. I enjoyed it. So if you have me back, I'll be back for more.
All right, folks. Well, you heard it here. Well, then she'll be back tomorrow for a Tuesday show where it's Topic Tuesday, and we'll be talking about did Snoop Dogg go too far? What do we mean by that? Well, join us tomorrow on the Morning Experience. I am Marquise Lupton. That is Toy Store. Thank you for joining us, and trust your dopeness. All right.
Mr. Snoop
So,
Dogg, Lord Jesus.
oh man, yeah. The Crip in all red. That took me out. Like, man. All right. 4, 5, 5, 3, 3. All right. Same old, same old. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. All right. All right, here we go. From the top, Tuesday show. And in 3, 2, 1. Good morning and happy Tuesday to you. This is the Morning Experience. I am Marquise Lupton. And folks, as promised, she came back. Toy, what's going on? How you feeling this morning?
I am good. Happy Tuesday. Glad to be back. Like I said, I wasn't scared, so let's get into the show.
Oh, let us get into the show. Folks, you know that when we begin each show with the microwave news, giving you these headlines hot and ready, and we are not going to hold back. So our first story comes from the Grio, and San Jose is poised to pay $8 million to a college football player who was wounded by the police. A proposed settlement would mark one of the largest police payouts in the city history after a young athlete was shot while disarming a gunman, and later learned the officer who pulled the trigger sent racist texts about him. And Toy, they're saying that this shooting is more than funny because this officer sent some racist texts, as I said.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like in this day and age, there's so many that are so many closeted racists, and
Yeah.
especially behind that badge, it just gives them that power to do what they do. And the fact that this is the quote unquote largest, I really wish that we wouldn't even have to have these settlements in the first place. Because if we would act accordingly and do what we're trained to do, we wouldn't even have these issues.
Yeah. And we see time and time and time again, we see police officers have restraint for other folks. We see the videos and we're like, man, if this was the black person, let's keep on going. Folks, our second story comes from CBS News. And an Atlanta-based church has eliminated $1.5 million in medical debt for families across Metro Atlanta, offering relief to more than 1,100 people struggling with financial consequences of unexpected illnesses and injury. Spirit and Truth Church announced the initiative last week, calling it a Christmas effort centered on compassion, justice, and community restoration. Toy.
It's beautiful. First of all, I don't know how many people are on TikTok, but we saw so many stories of these churches that would fail to help,
Yes.
women with the baby. She's calling saying I need formula, and they're like, I don't know what to tell you because if you're not a part of our church, we can't help you. Having unexpected medical bills can make somebody literally go from paycheck to paycheck to not being able to put food on the table. And the sad part is that, this is something that is needed more. So kudos to that church for taking the call and doing what was necessary. Because in this day and age, people who say that they love the Lord and they're about God are not always spreading the message. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, and this is why we're covering this story as well, because this kind of stuff needs to be put out there because that story really went viral. So something like this should have that same energy, but I fear it won't. Our final story comes from the Grio. And after years of living in a food desert and having to travel miles away for food, residents in North Flint, Michigan can shop for fresh produce and groceries while supporting members of their predominantly Black community thanks to a recently opened North Flint Food Market Cooperative. Now, Toy, when I lived in Philly, we were going to be a part of this food co-op. This is really like, grocery reimagined here.
It is, and I think people don't understand that there are food deserts that exist. People are literally having to go way too far to get the basics things. It's unlike us where we can go to our local shop, right? If you live in Philly or Giant or Wise, you have those ability to go get fresh produce, but we don't realize that there are people who don't have that access. And I feel like in this day and age, giving more and more people access to something that's so basic, it should be something that is celebrated, but we need to make sure that again, shouldn't be something that is just like done as like a nicety. It should be something that is a necessity. It's a necessity.
Right. The basic need. Folks, as you know, it is Tuesday, and we have our topic for Tuesday. And our topic for Tuesday is: did Snoop Dogg go? It is Snoop Dogg too far gone? So stay with us as we dig into those details. This is the Morning Experience on a Tuesday. All right. Our first five, and in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience. Thank you for joining us. So, folks, as you know, Snoop Dogg, people used to call him Uncle Snoop. I don't think people call him Uncle Snoop anymore. But he had a performance during the Netflix halftime show, and the people praising him, the people praising him and giving him his props for such a great performance have been those voices more of reflective of MAGA. And it just made me think here, like, when did Snoop Dogg become so attractive to that side, to those folks? And then I went back and looked at the performance, and what really struck me as odd here was, somebody like Snoop Dogg that represents, even though he may be so far removed from it, that represents Crip culture. He put up the seed during the Super Bowl, and he's there, Netflix halftime show in all red.
This would be unheard of the Snoop Dogg that we all grew up with. It would be completely unheard of. I have never in my life even seen Snoop Dogg wear anything with red, not nothing small, nothing big, no nothing. And again, like you said, he is far removed from the gang affiliation. However, it's still a part of what was supposed to be his brand, his whole
Yeah.
ideology. So to
Right.
see that is weird. I want to try, but I'm not really going to help him out to say there was a Christmas performance. I'm not doing that. I think again, what I don't know where he went left. I feel like the money, but it's like he got old money. So I don't understand where we're getting this at, where he's just doing things that's again so MAGA. Like he's literally just out there telling everybody, like, I'm here for it, and wherever the check is going, that's where I'm gonna go. And I, for one, just find that to be crazy.
Yeah, and I feel like the more that he does this stuff, the more of his legacy gets tarnished. But at the same time, though, I'm like, I don't think that he cares, because let's say that Snoop passes. Not saying that I want him to or anything like that, but let's say that he does. All of this isn't going to matter, and he's going to be revered, he's going to be loved, he's going to be re-embraced by those that let go of that embrace right now. So
I still feel like people will call that out. Like I feel like at the end of the day, people still will call it out. I mean, remember when he performed for the inauguration, people
yeah,
were up in arms about it. And he said out of his own mouth, he did not care. He could care less about what people had to say or what people felt about it. So I feel like this is this is where he's headed. So even though he will be remembered, again, he nothing's wrong with him. Snoop is alive and well, but when the time will come, he will be remembered for all the things that he has done, but it will have a tarnish. I don't think he can get around it. I really don't think he will.
oh, so then so do we say that this is marked by, like, Martha Stewart, that kind of kicked off this era, and we just saw this progression.
And at first, we were giving Martha the pass, thinking she was bracing us, like she was coming into the fold. But
Yeah,
reality was is that she only really dealt with Snoop. It was really just that one and done. And their relationship was so odd that we just were like, oh, okay, well, she's cool because she took her punishment. She did what she had to do. But then it's just like, again, he's so far left. It's like there's really not much
yeah.
that can be said, because I feel like he's going to continue going way left, more left, and more left, and more left. I mean, this is just literally, I mean, he kicked it off with Trump, and now this is it's going to go left even more. It's just no way around it.
Yeah. And it's going to be some more show me the money stuff, because he even has his own bowl game now. I mean, it's going to be it's
And
going
he's
to
doing
be
the
some more.
Olympics. And he's doing the Olympics,
Yeah,
which probably would have never
yeah,
have happened if he had not aligned with everything that's going on right now. I feel like that wouldn't have aligned. Because remember back in the day, we have never seen Snoop in such spaces. And I'm all
no,
for him being in these spaces. If he was in the spaces being who he was, I would be like, yes,
yes.
let us get us in there, but not at this cost. Like, not at this cost.
Right. And it feels like, there's folks like Nelly as well that are falling into that same kind of phenomena here. But folks, we'll talk about that more after this break. This is the Morning Experience. All right. And we're going to do our second five here. And in three, two, one. All right, so welcome back to the Morning Experience, and we are talking about Snoop and if he just went, is he too far gone here? And the general consensus really seems like Snoop is kind of too far gone. And Toy posed a good take here, where she said that the stench of how far he's gone, you know, is to the point that he can't even come back. So my question to you is, does he think that it's worth it, or is there a devalue in black culture?
I mean, he's proven that there's a devalue because he's showcasing it as if it is. And of course, to the masses, I feel like that's how they see us anyway. And he's just feeding right into it. If Snoop Dogg wasn't who he was, I feel like they wouldn't even, again, Snoop Dogg came into the game and he has done so much in the game when he first came on. And now we're at a point where he is just going to do whatever it is that he wants and he doesn't care. He said this plenty of times. I feel like they don't see the value in it, and then he's kind of high fiving it by doing what he's doing. And of course, I feel like they're
Yeah.
just like, don't worry about black people. They're just they don't get with the times. We're trying to bring more people into the fold, and I don't see the value in it. I don't see the value in what he's doing as a black person. I don't see it. I don't see it.
And that's one of the main things there. Like, what's the value here? And
What's the
there
end
was
game for
some
him?
negative
What's the end game?
right, right. Where does this end up? There were some responses here, and they were talking about this online, talking about who is this new Snoop Dogg. Who knew the halftime show for the Lions Vikings game would be better than the Super Bowl? Snoop Dogg is the truth. And you see a lot of those comparisons where they're saying, "Oh, Snoop Dogg's performance is better than Bad Bunny." Nobody wants to see Bad Bunny, and they're making this thing political and using him as a political ploy. And there has to be a moment where you have to think that, like, you know what? I feel like he knew that this was going to happen, and he chose his tribe. He chose his tribe and doubled down, just like some Stephen A. type stuff.
And again, my question is going to still stand the same. What is the end game? Because at the end of the day, you're devaluing. Now they're saying this is better than the halftime show because again, it's all about devaluing the fact that Bad Bunny and all those things. But again, what is the purpose? Because we as a people are not getting anything out of this. He's getting more money, which he never really needed because he has old money. He's doing all these things to shuck it and jive it for master, and I don't understand what the point is. That's the whole kit and caboodle. What's the point? He's not putting a flag anywhere outside of making it more harder for regular black people to do anything.
Yeah, and this comes from HungamaExpress.com, and they said that Snoop Dogg has found himself at the center of online backlash following his holiday halftime performance during the NFL Christmas Day matchup. Viewers took to social media soon after the show, accusing the rapper of lip singing during his performance. Several fans claimed Snoop's vocals appeared out of sync, sparking heated debates across X. And the criticism didn't stop there. The artist also faced scrutiny over his stage outfit, with some viewers alleging that his red ensemble symbolized MAGA politics. Wearing red on Christmas is MAGA now, on one user question. So people could say that, oh, well, he wore red because of it's Christmas, or he wore red because it's MAGA. I'm just surprised here that he wore red because, like you said, never seen him do that before. So it just feels like a complete kissing of the ring here.
I mean, red is Christmas, okay? There's no getting around it. Christmas is red, red is Christmas.
Right?
I don't know if it, again, if this was related to it. And I don't know if it's related to MAGA or not. I just know that we know the Snoop Dogg that we grew up with, the stuff that we were sneaking around listening to when we weren't supposed to. Um, that was never a thing. I have never in my entire life seen anything like that.
Yeah, Dr. K, she says that also he has become heavy in AI, and it has been insane. That his whole Facebook page is AI slop, and that's what you're seeing as well, folks. We are going to get into more about what Snoop is doing and his Snoop shenanigans. That was corny, but you like it anyway on this Tuesday morning. This is the Morning Experience.
Okay, I'm pretending to be back for a little bit. We just passed, like, I don't know, 12 car accidents. That's insane.
Ooh, child, be careful.
Shit,
I
right.
am not driving, so that's
Okay,
that's
good.
shout out to my husband, my fear.
We love a husband that drives. We love being passenger princesses.
Listen, yeah.
Like we said, put it on your daddy.
Put it right on your daddy.
All right. All right. So more Snoop. All right. Here we go. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience, and we are talking about, is Snoop too far gone? And there may be people that feel like, no. Snoop is not too far gone. This is exactly what he is supposed to do. This is exactly what he needs to do. This article from Talksport: Netflix disaster sparks fan fury during Snoop Dogg's halftime performance, and Netflix broadcast a lackluster game between the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions, while Snoop Dogg's halftime performance drew mixed reviews. And again, we have some folks here that may be able to give us some commentary here. So, Isla, can you hear us? Are you available? Oh. Can you hear us?
I can now. Yeah, something wrong with my mic.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on what you saw and heard about Snoop Dogg?
It's like our sound is out again.
Up, your sound's out. Up, your sound's out. Your sound's out. All right. Well, we'll take it to you, Dr. K. All right. So,
Yeah.
Dr. K, you're you mentioned the AI slop, and then you mentioned your past feelings about brother Snoop. So where do you land on his performance and the backlash coming from it?
Well, I'll tell you one thing: he's no Beyonce, because that Christmas show, she set the bar. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that one thing. And I went back and intentionally watched it. I don't really watch the football game, and I'll pretend I'm watching for my stepdad's sake. But yeah, the game was womp womp. And the halftime show is supposed to lift your spirits. People tune into the halftime show just like they do for the Super Bowl halftime show, right? Like, this Christmas show is becoming a thing, and it felt like he put into ChatGPT, can you please pull together all the most popular artists and let me see if they want to come, and put it into a halftime show. He's using AI to do everything, and it really is degrading the quality of everything he's doing. So it's very apparent. It just seemed kind of strung together. The best part was the Huntrix. For me personally, they were amazing, but even they were lip syncing and it was off. So I think everybody was having a problem hearing the sound in the stadium, because even the Huntrix, who can blow, those girls can sing. Even they were lip syncing and it was off. So it was just all around just not a well planned. Seemed kind of off. Now I will say, the symphony was fire. They were amazing. They did an excellent job. Their artistry and their musicianship was on point. And they pulled the show together for everybody. The dancers were weird. Did not really like. I didn't know what the one old girl was doing up there. The one.
Well, I'll say this. It really his performance really put the Kappa chats in a chokehold, because they were like, "Are these sanctioned Kappas? Are these real Kappas? or are these just guys wearing red and twirling around candy canes? They are like, is this sanctioned? So this really gave them put the group chats in a tizzy. So folks, we're gonna have some more commentary about Snoop, and then we are going to switch gears here. We have Look at This coming up. So stay with us. This is the Morning Experience.
I don't know why Marquise sounds like a chipmunk for me. Do I sound like a chipmunk now too?
No,
you sound good. Every time I put my mic in, I can't
Oh,
hear anything.
I can hear you now.
Let me redo it because all y'all sound like chipmunks. Hold on. I gotta refresh. Oh no.
Hi, Toy.
Hey, how are you?
I missed that face.
I know you're so beautiful. Good seeing you.
Thank you. Hey, Keith, I don't have the lineup. I don't even know if you said something about Snoop cut off. I was like, what?
Oh, well, I will. This is the final three. So, look, I'll throw it to you first.
I don't have a lineup.
You don't have.
Check my spam.
All right, there you go. All right, final three, and then 3, 2, 1. All right, so welcome back to the Morning Experience, folks. So we are wrapping up this Snoop Dogg conversation, and just what exactly is going on. And I don't want to poo-poo on the whole thing, because like you all said, it was a great symphony, but it just brought into question some things that, of course, we have to discuss here on the Morning Experience. And at the end of the day, what I really thought about here, when I thought about the Nellies, when I thought about now the Snoop Dogs, when I think about the Stephen A's and everything, is that I think that we can keep the disappointment, because it definitely is disappointing. But at the same time, these are rich men, and the politics of it, it's just like these are rich men, whatever or whomever they put on in the public eye. At the end of the day, these are multi-millionaire rich men, and they are going to protect their bottom line. And I'm still going to have the disappointment. I haven't really tuned into First Take like I used to, but can't get past Toy. These are just some rich dudes.
You talking to me?
I'll set you up.
Okay.
Because it was a little. I'll set you up. All right. In 3, 2, 1. And Toy, I'm just thinking here, like, they're rich men, and they're just going to protect their bottom line, because that's what's important to them. The bottom line, protects their family. It increases their lineage, increases their power, and that's what ultimately they're going to protect and pursue, regardless how they're viewed by the culture.
I mean, think about it with Nelly in the line, Country Grammar. Even he says, "Oh, let me in." Donald Trump, Bill Gates, let me in, and that's what he has stood for. And when you think about that in his previous or his very much current performance that he did at the inauguration, it aligns. And even when he was on his show, it was just like everybody's talking about this controversy, but he's just trying to secure his quote unquote bag. People don't realize that all money is not good money. And, as again, this is how the rich stay rich, because they're willing to compromise everything. I mean, even with everything going on in the world right now, they are literally willing to compromise it all. There's literally no integrity as long as the bag is being secured. And that's what we're going to continue, unfortunately, to see.
Yeah, Isla, all money is not good money. That's a bar.
Facts, but unfortunately, money rules the world. It's not peace. It's not love. It's not even war. It's just money. Money rules the world, and unfortunately, um, I don't know. Like when you talk about Nelly, and talking about country grammar, and how many other people in the limelight, whether they're musicians or actors or inventors, like sold their soul for networking. For it's not even so much what you know, it's who you know. Hence, i.e., our current POTUS. Like he was like he's so not the right candidate. But I don't know. I think it's kind of weird because on one hand, Sesame Street, who was showing same-sex couples and things like that, Snoop has his controversial side, as we know. He doesn't agree with that, but yet he was literally just high-fiving Elmo and talking about "what up, nephew" to Elmo. And it's just wild. It's just wild. I think a prime example is someone who's like Nicki Minaj. I mean, if we have to cancel her for her beliefs, why aren't we doing that to Snoop, to Nelly, to like what?
And that is something that I'm going to bring up later in the week, because Chrisette Michelle, she caught it heavy as well. Folks, we got so much more. Stay with us. This is the Morning Experience.
Don't mind me.
That's because women catch it way harder than men.
Yeah.
Women catch
Cat
it
fight. Always a cat fight.
They're gonna catch it. It's just crazy.
I don't know. Let 50 Cent get downwind of it. I don't know if 50 is Mr. Petty himself. I'm shocked he hasn't like chimed
Give
in
him
or
some
brought up
time. Give
anything.
him till Monday. He's making his memes. Just give him till Monday.
It's sad but true.
All right. This is our first for second hour, and we are talking about Nia. This is for our Kwanzaa conversation, the fifth principle. So I will key y'all in on the responses. So here we go. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience. Thank you for joining us, and happy holidays to you, and happy Kwanzaa to you, Habaragani. And as you know, we are doing this celebration on air so that you can learn more about Kwanzaa and how and why it's celebrated. So today, Tuesday, is the fifth principle in Kwanzaa, which is Nia, which is purpose, which is a commitment to the collective vocation of building, developing, and defending our community, its culture and history in order to regain our historical initiative and greatness. Nia, again, means purpose, to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. And Dr. K, what does Nia mean to you, and how do you celebrate today in your home?
Well, each Kwanzaa principle is a building block. And so this principle to me comes with understanding, right, all the others. And Nia is so important, especially after looking at your place in the collective responsibility, landscape, right? And if you're not understanding that, filling your purpose is really hard. So for me, I did a workshop several years ago to help me understand my purpose in the community, right? And I know I am here to create a sense of belonging as an entry point for how we work together as people in the community. And so I try to revisit that every single year in the work that I do and everything that I'm doing in Harrisburg and the South Central Pennsylvania region and beyond in the state of Pennsylvania. And I try to revisit and come back to that every single year as I get ready to go into 2026, right? So that's what the NIA means to me. It's really situating myself in the community in a personal way, in an individual way, but building on all the other principles as well.
And one of the key things here that we're hearing, Isla, about Nia is building.
Absolutely. I think purpose in your community, purpose in yourself, it starts with yourself. And I think anytime we can preserve integrity and morals and finding solid purpose in ourself, that is a positive attribute to our community. I know personally for myself, it took me a while and I couldn't figure out, why do I always want to help people? Why do I always feel like I need to network or connect people to resources and things like that? Like, why am I always searching for knowledge? And I realized that it's because I had to find my purpose, and my place in my community. And my purpose is to leave people, places, and things better than I found them. And at first it was like, am I a people pleaser or am I just a pick Nisha? And it's like, no, I'm just got a good heart and I'm trying to find my purpose to share it in my community. And I think once people find their purpose, I think that Kwanzaa is a prime example. I'd actually like to start learning more about it myself and incorporating in my family tradition with my girls. Yeah, I think it's vital.
Yeah, and Toy, one thing, just like yesterday, we're hearing with this is collection together.
So yeah, I feel again the togetherness of making sure that we're all one. This is a part of it. We're having this conversation. We're helping other people to realize that these principles do exist and how to better put it into use every single day. And you're talking about purpose. Like for me, I get to use the skill sets and the purpose that I feel like using my voice to talk about mental health and wellness amongst my own community. And I have taken on some more new interns for the year for 2026 so that they can learn the business, but also learn how to incorporate supporting Black businesses while they're doing content creation, while they're doing things. Because again, it's easier for me to. I will upcharge. I ain't gonna lie. I will upcharge somebody that does not look like me in a hot minute because that's just what I'm gonna do. But when it comes to making sure that I look out for the businesses that look like myself, I'm going to make sure that I'm giving them the same quality of work and doing everything that I can do, but also not overcharging, giving and sometimes a lot of it I'm going to do for free. I have a certain amount that I'm going to do for free when it comes to supporting Black businesses because I feel like, again, using my purpose of using my voice, but also making sure I'm giving back. I feel like all these things are tied together. And I feel like, again, those are things that we're doing right now that's going to help others too.
Yeah, absolutely. For you, Isla, wrapping things up here. Nia, purpose. Your purpose, you want to learn more. I love that. I absolutely love that.
Knowledge is power, even though it's money rules the world.
Absolutely, folks. We have some more coming up, and we have a conversation and chill, where we are going to ask these conversation and chill questions and see how the team reacts to it. So stay with us. This is the Morning Experience. All right, first 5, and in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Morning Experience, and welcome to Conversation and Chill, where we have these kind of hypothetical conversations, not like things that make you say but we have these hypothetical conversations, and just want to see the team's commentary here. So let's dig into the box and see what we got here, folks. And our first question is going to go to Isla. Isla, is it possible to get out of the friend zone? And if so, how?
Well, there's many ways of getting out of the friend zone. It just depends on, are you trying to be an MVP star quarterback? Or are you just trying to make the touchdown? You know what I mean? The friend zone, I think it depends on if you value the friendship more than the end benefit of it all. So are you going after your friend because you felt some type of way, you see a future with them, long-term relationship, or is it like I've been trying to smash forever and Shorty just hasn't let me, and maybe she is just good as a friend, but it might be better than that. So if you're trying to get out of the friend zone, the best thing you could do is be transparent. Be completely transparent. And you need to also understand that if you're trying to get out of the friend zone, you crossing the boundary of saying like, hey, I want more than just friendship, you could actually potentially sabotage the friendship. So you have to be prepared for holding on tighter and growing into something more, or letting go completely. Because I've known people, in fact, I'm just going to speak for myself. Okay. I have taken someone off of my friend zone just to fire them because it wasn't even, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. They were a worse person to be in a relationship with and dating than they were as my best friend. So it was like, you know, it really just depends on the person that's leaving the friend zone, their intentions, and the end game. You got to have an end game. You know, is this just you want to smash, or you're like, oh my God, she's really my future wife? You gotta decide.
Our next question here is going to go to Toy. Toy, is it okay if your fiance wants to invite their ex to your wedding?
This is a hell no. This is not. I know y'all was looking for me to be nice about it, but it's not. This is not
All
a
right.
time for your ex. This is not one of those moments. And if you're even talking about inviting your ex, then I think maybe we need to discuss if we're going to be married, because what in the world are you still opening the door to an ex in the first place? You should even know where they live. You should know their number. Like, you shouldn't even be indulging in any of that, like, whatsoever. Like, there is no place for an ex to be at your wedding. None.
Oh, all right, all right. And Dr. K,
Okay,
our question
before you
for
ask your
you.
question, before you ask your
Yes.
question, one, there's no such thing as the friend zone, and two, is the ex married or not? Those two things. Okay, keep going. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. All right. So your question is: should women pursue men?
Women should pursue whatever they want. Um, Women can do whatever they want. We're trying to get to a place in the world where this is the reality. Um, I am all for things like Bumble, where the women approach the men. Um, I don't think this is a bad idea. What I do think is a bad idea is when we leave everything else the same and then we expect women to take charge. So you have to break down the other structures around, the way that society treats these kind of like binary ideas about relationships and gender roles first before we ask that question. Um, so it's part of the reason why the friend zone doesn't exist, because you're either friends or you're not. That's one. Two is the other. It's also why we're asking the question. We have questions like, should we invite the ex or not? Because we get stuck in these gender roles, and it lends nicely into, should women be pursuing men if she wants them? And truth be told, women have to lead men along in the binary sense a lot, because a lot of guys are really clueless to whether women like them or not. And once they pick it up, I think once any party picks it up, I think they're in tune. But yeah, sometimes you gotta hit somebody over the head with the homie the clown sock before they even get the message as to whether they like you, whether they're picking up on what you're putting down, as I like to say.
Oh man, folks! I hope y'all are picking up what they are putting down on this show right now. We got more convo and chill after this. This is the Morning Experience. All right, that was
Women
our
know after
first
30 seconds. Women know after 30 seconds, and men know too, whether they will smash or pass friend or fiance. That's just my opinion.
Exactly. That's why there's no such thing as a friend zone. You're either a friend or you're not. You're a friend or you're not.
I have draft pick friends. Draft pick friends are different.
That'll make it for an interest. You know what? I'm gonna. You said I'm draft pick friends. That is going
You
to
get your
be
star
a.
lineup. You got your star lineup. You got your draft picks. You know, you got your inherited contracts.
It's gonna be a topic for Tuesday. All right. This is our second five, and in 3, 2, 1. All right. So our conversation and chill. We are bringing up these interesting hypotheticals here, and just trying to have some fun with them. So Isla, this one is going to go to you. So, would you do 3 years in prison for $10 million?
Ooh. All right. Are we talking like Lancaster County Prison, or are we talking like Camp Hill upstate? Because there's a big difference. You know what I mean? Like, there's a big difference. And the $10 million, like, as soon as I put my little thumbprint down, like, I need a direct deposit, like, immediately put into a trust estate. Because otherwise, I'll be state property. They could take the 10 million back. I don't trust the man. No pun intended. That is not a slander towards men, but you just don't trust the man. Yes, I would. 3 years for $10 million? Absolutely. There's a lot of things I would do, a lot of strange things I would do for some change. I haven't been given the opportunity. However, 3 years, $10 million. I guess, yes, I would. But obviously I want to know the stipulations. Like, do I get the 10 million up front? Do I have to do this full 3 years? Like, I got to make sure my kids are straight too. So if the 10 million's up front before I do the full 3 years, yes. If it's not up front and they're asking me to do 3 years, and it's like, so we'll see you in Harrisburg in 3 years. Nah, nope.
All right, Toy, how about you? What are your thoughts on a 30-year-old dating an 18-year-old?
Lord, this is a R. Kelly question or something.
Loaded question.
I don't see what the two would have in common. I mean, I know people will say people are people and bodies are bodies, and they'll figure it out. And I mean, of course they will, but I just don't know what life experiences outside of, again, some people feeling like they're, getting them young and fresh and they not been tainted by the world type of thing. I just don't see where they would have anything in common. I mean, I cannot see it. I mean, I think about myself at 18 and where I was at 30, I was two different women. Somebody at 18 would be willing to let a lot of stuff go that a woman at 30 and my now almost mid 40s, I would not be able to do. So I don't see how it would work.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. K, for you, if you were a step parent, how would you want your stepchild to address you? Is it A, your first name, B, mom or dad, or C, Ms. and your last name, or Mrs. and your last name?
I mean, I have no preference. I don't like children to call me anything other than my name anyway. So if it's a stepchild, absolutely. They can call me whatever they like, but I'm not going to force them to call them anything. But if I have a preference, it's going to be Dr. Campbell. Especially when they're bad. You understand?
No, that's right.
Especially when.
Dig it. And this last one is for all of you. Toy, I will begin with you. Isla, you can answer next, and then Dr. K, you can take us home. So, Toy, what is one thing you want to do next year?
Ooh. I haven't done this in a while, so I am going to take a solo vacation next year. I did this a couple years ago, and it was phenomenal. I went for a week. I would highly suggest anybody to do it, but I am going to take a solo vacation somewhere just to let my hair down, to regroup, to gather all my thoughts. So I cannot wait for that. But yes, that is what I want to do.
So you were serious about put it on your dad.
Listen, and when I leave, I will be like, and find your father, because I'm not available. When I went the last time, I did all the things. I prepped this house like a running machine, but when I was gone, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Dig it. Isla, how about yourself?
It's funny you say that, travel, because
my mother has been.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's exactly what was on my roster. I traveled a couple years back when I was a corporate trainer for a company. I was literally 39 years old, and it was the first time I'd ever gotten on an airplane. And I remember that feeling. And for my girls, I would love to be able to take them to Puerto Rico and get on a plane, go to Florida, Puerto Rico. I want to take my girls traveling, really, honestly. That's it. Make money and travel.
Yeah, dig it. And Dr. K, for you.
Yeah, my mom has been bragging about these hot springs in Florida, in West Florida, for quite some time, and I am going this year in 2026, no matter what. Especially because it's supposed to have healing properties and stuff, and I feel like I need to cleanse myself of 2025. I was sick a lot this year; it was horrible. I started the year with COVID, and I ended it with the flu. So I feel like going to the hot springs is the next thing that I need to do to, like, I don't know, cleanse myself of the bad juju.
Oh, hot springs. All right, Dr. K. That's definitely rich auntie vibes. I mean, yeah.
Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Amen.
Oh yeah, folks. We have, look at this coming up next, where we look at these videos around the internets and just give some commentary. So stay with us. This is the Morning Experience.
Marquise, can you take the other video? So you have like three other Marquise Luptons. Take all those out so that when you go to share your screen, I can quickly see which one it is.
Oh, I got you.
You got
All
all
right.
those clocks in there, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna load them up into the I'm gonna just load the clocks up into the brand now that I set the brand up. There we go.
All right.
I'm literally sharing this to as many public groups as I can. FYI, definitely share.
Thank you, Candy.
Also, by FYI, you both, if you guys, whenever you guys are here, you can stream to your own platforms with this setup. And we are currently streaming to 8 locations right now.
Oh, okay.
Word. All right. Let me share my screen. Here we go. All right. All right. Well, all 8 locations. Take a load of this. All right. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience. Welcome back. And this is a new phenomenon that is taking America by storm. Look at this, where we look at videos around the internet and we just give our commentary. So, team, look at this.
Was a Marxist, and that he was a socialism, and a lot of the civil rights things that he advocated for were not really helpful. Now there's a lot of research to that, but we can argue about that. That's kind of what and also
So for our folks that couldn't hear that clearly, that was a teacher saying that Martin Luther King was a Marxist and that his policies really did not help America. This is in a class. Toy, look at this.
This was a mess. First of all, was this one of those? Was the teacher? Did she look like us? I'm assuming she didn't. Just, I mean, I don't want to judge. I couldn't tell, but I feel like this is where I didn't think so. But I feel like this is kind of where they want to head anyway with the history, with our quote unquote history. They want to minimize our history, and this is just another way to do it. To quote unquote call it a debate when reality is that you're trying to indoctrinate such negative portrayal of Dr. King because it's convenient. And I feel like, again, this whole administration is allowing it to be. This is going to probably increase more and more in schools. And so I feel like it's going to be our job as parents to make sure that we're teaching our children well before they get to the school, because obviously this is going to be the new wave. This is what's going to happen.
Isla, they are trying to rewrite history here, no?
Yo, I'm going to keep it PG, but the way I feel about First off, you know it's wrong if a student is recording it and posting it like, whoa, what is this? Why would you say that?
Yeah.
On top of that, I think if I'm correct, it was actually in that same state of that school. I didn't get all the details on it when I first exposed it and showed it to you. But there was another person in there who was explaining, not only was she talking about like, oh, Martin Luther King wasn't doing anything, then there was another person they had speak at the school. I don't think it was the same school, but it was the same state, talking about how she doesn't agree with same-sex marriage, but she still loves her daughter. And another school was then posting the 10 Commandments. Now, they want to erase our history, and that means by doing that, they're taking away our power. If other little young Black men and girls, other little girls and boys of different colors see African Americans freed themselves, they fought, and they had support, that they're humans and they have rights, just like the LGBT plus community, just like those who have physical and mental disabilities and challenges. When humanity becomes the main focus, the monsters want to make you inhumane. They want to either erase you, make people fear you, or they want to hurt you. That's the only three reasons. And the worst part is that how are the parents, and this is where it comes to the parents too. If I was a parent and my child was attending that school and that was being said, I would be outraged. I would go right to the school board and I would make things happen. Things would have to change because you can't erase history. It'll only be doomed to repeat itself.
Yeah. Absolutely, folks. We got one more video to get to right after this. This is the Morning Experience.
Wasn't that the Turning Point USA? Wasn't it the Turning Point USA lady where there was like the Turning Point chapter, USA high school chapter, and the kids were recording it and told their parents? That's what I liked about it.
I don't know, but it pissed me all the way off. It pissed me all the way off. It was like Charlie Kirk in school, except with a vagina.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. That's exactly what it was. And the kids were smart enough to tape it. The kids were taping it on the DL and showed it to their parents, and that's how it made it out to the world. So shout out to them kids.
They knew better.
And the school board, how did the people agree to allowing that kind of conversation in the curriculum? Like, I know that teachers have a lot of leeway with certain things, but there also is a itinerary that they also have to follow, right? So who did not edit or oversee the completion of that? Because how'd that get past the school board and itineraries for educational purposes? I hope she was fired.
This is our final three. Is this coming up? Yep. All right, cool. This is our final three. I'm just going to do this one video and then get y'all commentary on it. So here we go. And in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Morning Experience. We are doing, look at this, where we are looking at videos around the internet. So team, look at this.
Is any of that legal? Now you have said, and I have heard this too, that oftentimes when a detainee is taken into a hospital, they are taken under a false name. So it is almost like they are in a detention cell in the hospital where no one knows where they are, who they are, and how to keep tabs on them. At Harbor UCLA, a man was taken under a false name, under guard, with no access to counsel. So is any of that legal?
Dr. K, look at this.
And the answer is, it absolutely is the most illegal. I'm glad they're asking the questions. There's nothing we can do about it right now, which is what I'm always so annoyed about, because, the illegality of this is not being pursued because of the current administration. But the answer is a resounding yes. Somebody come look at this. This is illegal.
Yeah. Somebody come look at this toy. Look at this.
It's absolutely illegal, but that's the whole point. Just like Dr. K said, I mean, at the end of the day, they know that it's illegal. This is not a question of, is it illegal? It's a fact of bringing it to the table to say, your administration is allowing this to happen and why. Because at the end of the day, this has been going on far too long. It's just now people are recording it. People are being detained, they're recording it. And this is something that unfortunately is going to probably increase. And I'm sad to say that this is where we are. Like, this is what the people who voted for this is what they're getting. And they want to act like they don't understand this, or just like they don't know why this is happening. But this is why. They know why. And this is just sad.
Yeah. Isla, look at this.
So, it seems like the Justice Department, when we're speaking about like them detaining people, holding them in hospitals against their will, not properly identifying them, and yet they're still holding them against their will. I think they said that as of right now, I'm not quite sure what state it was. They said over 83 U.S. citizens have been detained and deported. U.S. citizens detained and deported. So we're asking, is it illegal? It's not even a question. That is a rhetorical question. The thing is what the hell are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Because now the Department of Justice is saying they're actually trying to enact it, that filming ICE or any of the immigration raids, they're now trying to make it a domestic terrorism act and actually a violation. So if you are video recording someone being detained involving immigration, they are now looking to press charges against those who caught the illegal act on video. It's literally, it's I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I feel like we're living in like a whole, like, I mean, can we go back? I feel like we went back in time to like Nazi Germany, like to Austria. It's insane.
Yeah, folks, and we are going to keep our finger on the pulse of this story, because there is just so many more layers to this, and I strongly believe that there's going to be so many more videos coming out related to this as well. This is the Morning Experience. All right, y'all. Our final 30, and then we are done here. And here we go. Our final 30, and in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience, and happy Tuesday to you. Want to thank you for joining us and making us a part of your day. Don't forget to tell a friend that the best thing that they can have in their cup is the Morning Experience. You can enjoy your cup of Joe with a cup of Keys. I don't think that came out right, but Isla, what you got?
Oh Lord. Just love everybody. Don't be afraid to speak up. Find your purpose.
Dig it.
And knowledge is power. I don't really, love on each other. And if you find any hot topics, please, anything you think that should be addressed, that's going on politically, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Instagram, Facebook, The Morning Experience with Marquise Lupton.
Yeah, Joy.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I have enjoyed this morning experience. This has absolutely made my day. And I hope that all those who are tuning in, share, let other people know that this show exists. And we are here to help you to be better at what you're doing and being a better person.
Absolutely. And get you through those tough mornings and those commute wherever you may be commuting and whenever you may be commuting. Dr. K.
Habari gani? Nia. And we will, be talking more about Kwanzaa and, celebrating. And one of the things that I think I'm going to be looking forward to is when this cough is finally off my chest. Also, hashtag don't get the flu.
Yeah. That's a good one. Put that on a shirt. Don't get a flu. Folks, thank you for joining us. I am Marquise Lupton. This is the Morning Experience. We will see you mañana. Look at that, bilingual. Ooh.
Not bilingual.
Look what I did.
Hilarious.
Mañana Experience. So
Exactly.
That's a shame.
All right, y'all. That is
Marquise, I just want to say, keep this link open for you. After we're done being live, you can download the recordings for yourself.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. All right. Well then, Isla, I will see you tomorrow.